You know that sound, right? That sudden, blaring fire alarm, and then that slightly confused shuffle outside. It's a routine we all kinda know, but if we're being honest, we rarely give it a second thought. Well, today, we're going to change that, because in the next 5 minutes, we are going to transform that routine shuffle into a life-saving reflex. Let's get into it.
So let me ask you this. When you picture a fire, what's the first thing that really jumps into your mind? Is it the flames? The intense heat? I mean, yeah, those are the obvious things. But in a real emergency, there is a much bigger, much more immediate threat. Any ideas what that might be?
You guessed it, the real enemy is panic. When chaos suddenly erupts, our own survival instincts, well, they can actually work against us. We freeze up, we hesitate, and that is the real killer. Fire drills aren't just about, walking outside. They are about rewiring your brain to act, not freeze, when every single second is absolutely critical.
And it's not just about us, the people in the building. A fire drill is really a full-on stress test for the entire building's safety system. It's designed to test everything, from the hardware on the walls to the people who are in charge.
Think of it like this. It's all built on 4 main pillars. So, for you and me, these drills reduce panic by building that all-important muscle memory. For the building itself, they're a live test of the hardware. Are the alarms working? The emergency lights? For the people in charge, like fire wardens, this is critical hands-on training. And for everyone, it makes sure we all know our primary and our secondary escape routes.
All right, let's bring it back to you. This is your personal evacuation playbook. These are the step-by-step actions you absolutely need to burn into your memory, because knowing them could literally be the difference between life and death.
And here's why every single second counts. From the moment that alarm goes off, the clock is ticking, and it is ticking fast. On average, you have just 3 to 5 minutes to get out safely. That's it. That is your entire window of opportunity. There is absolutely no time to hesitate. So what if you're the one who actually discovers the fire? The sequence of what you do next is absolutely crucial. First things first, get yourself out. Your safety is #1, period. Then, find and pull that alarm to alert everyone else. Step 3, and this one is huge, close all the doors behind you to help contain the fire. Use the stairs, never ever the elevator, and only call 911 once you are completely out of the building and safe.
Now for the scenario that's way more common. You just hear the alarm. The single most important rule here is to always assume it's real. That moment of hesitation where you think, it's probably just a drill, that is the most dangerous moment. Leave immediately. Close doors as you go and head straight for your designated assembly point, which is usually at least 300 feet away to leave room for emergency vehicles. And then, you stay put until you're told otherwise.
So let's just boil this all down to the absolute essentials. You do use the stairs, you do close doors, and you do go to that assembly point. You don't use elevators, you don't assume it's just another false alarm, and you don't ever go back inside for anything. It really is that simple, and it's life-saving.
Okay, but what if you can't get out? What if you're trapped? This requires a totally different strategy. Before you even think about opening any door, check it with the back of your hand. If it's hot, do not open it. Instead, your job is to seal the room. Use wet towels, jackets, whatever you can find to block the cracks under the door to keep smoke out. Then you call 911, tell them exactly where you are in the building, and signal for help from a window. This is how you buy precious time for rescuers to find you.
And what about helping other people? This might feel a little counterintuitive, but if someone has a mobility issue and you're not on the ground floor, the safest thing is actually for them to wait in a secure spot. Your job isn't to be the hero and try to carry them. Your job is to be the messenger. Get yourself out safely and immediately tell the first emergency crew you see their exact location. That is how you truly save them.
So that pretty much covers your role. But what about the drill itself? Let's kind of pull back the curtain for a second, because planning an effective fire drill, it's a real science. A good drill isn't just random. It all starts with a very detailed plan. Then, during the drill, you'll have observers taking notes on what's working and what isn't. Afterwards, a roll call is absolutely essential to account for every single person. And finally, all that feedback is gathered to find weaknesses and improve the plan for next time. It's this continuous cycle of improvement.
And get this, it's important to know that not all drills involve those loud, blaring alarms. Beyond the comprehensive, full building evacuation we all know, there are also things like silent drills, just to test key staff. And there are even table talk drills, where managers just sit around a table and walk through what-if scenarios to find any holes in the plan.
Okay, we have covered a lot. So let's lock in the most important lessons here. If you remember nothing else from all this, please remember these 3 golden rules.
Golden rule number 1. Close every door. It sounds so simple, right? But it is one of the most powerful firefighting tools you have. A closed door is a barrier. It contains the fire, it starves it of the oxygen it needs to grow, and it buys precious, life-saving time.
Golden rule number 2, and I really can't say this enough, elevators are off limits. Period. End of story. They can lose power and become a steel trap. Or even worse, the doors could open directly into a wall of fire. The stairwell is your only safe path out. It is absolutely non-negotiable.
And the third and final golden rule: once you are out, you stay out. I don't care if you forgot your laptop, your wallet, your phone, nothing inside that building is worth your life. Firefighters are heading in, and you going back in puts both your life and their lives at risk. Everything else can be replaced. You can't. And that brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? Preparation and awareness. That truly is the antidote to panic. When you know what to do, you can replace that instinctual fear with confident, decisive action. And that is the real power of a fire drill. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. You have the playbook now. So, right where you are, right this second, do you know where your nearest exit is? And what about the one after that? That new awareness, that's your best safety tool. Go ahead, use it.